Tonight, I am stupidly thinking of ex-girlfriends, as soft music fills the angerness flowing by air, where brutal dribbling tears fill my defenseless eyes, at the cruel unpleasant fact I even somewhat care, unconsciously reaching for some of their voices, even though I know it is a stupid thing to do, ambitiously stating the things I failed to express, from an older, yet more cynical point of view. Realizing that it is not brainy nor logical to contemplate whether I even mattered at all, or conceive if I would have been better off without, as I stare at the plain, incommutative wall. In wonderment of jealousy would still win the heart, by the morose curiosity of what went wrong, when frankly, I should have not given 1 second of a damn, attempting to remember a favorite love song. But there is something grimmer and foolish, I marvel, that is unreasonable and should never be said, more relentless than a long poem of empty words, when I wonder if some of my ex-girlfriends are dead. I should say goodbye to the unprofitable past, being the proper time to move existence past that, sincerely wanting all of them to live happy lives, while knowing most have forgotten me and our combat. Wishing that the mistakes will never repeat again, badly hurting another woman in the same way, for I have spent most of my adult life blaming others, when there is always an understanding called halfway, where 2 parts equal a divisible whole of hearts, and perhaps all these women have affected my life, from one-night stands to sinister ruined relationships that perhaps kept me from seeking a stunning wife. With memories stored in a blue notebook of my mind, where its thoughts are immensely difficult to hold back, having traveled through the long roads of many women, otherwise known as all of whom I now truly lack. But there is something grimmer and foolish, I marvel, that is unreasonable and should never be said, more unrelenting than a long poem of empty words, when I wonder if some of my ex-girlfriends are dead. I lie awake looking blankly on the chaste ceiling, retrieving all the short term's horrifying breakups, and perhaps I have missed something better with a wife, in a house of screaming kids and adorable pups, when I should cleanse my abbreviated tempered soul as the air touches my younger and older faces, where all life becomes another date situation, telescoped by the pint-sized eyes of lost embraces. For hot and ill-natured love is the greatest challenge, leaving some to yearn for the long hug of a pillow, avoiding the steepest and tightest hold of that thread, of those that shriveled like a winter pussy willow. Knowing rightfully I should have been a better man, being less into the deep selfishness of me, who could not leave the harshest of judgments to others, or leave the wakeness rotting of some past lover's shelf. But there is something grimmer and foolish, I marvel, that is unreasonable and should never be said, more relentless than a long poem of empty words, when I wonder if some of my ex-girlfriends are dead. I never thought it would be mystifying and hard to fight different cryptical hungering desires, when realizing I should have killed them off in my mind, pretending I saw them dead in funeral pyres. But it was not their fault, I am difficult to know, and a wiser man would not meet his harsh past again, because I now have the face of my embarrassing self, and awkwardly justify where I have truly been. Where each age women gave me the chance to recognize my sweet playground known as the unknown part of me, expecting nothing else to come from my cognition, while facing both the merriment and the misery. And my own knowledge is better than any wise man who tells me every relationship has a reason, but I know I should not care if I see them again, for each love-making passion female has its season. But there is something grimmer and foolish, I marvel, that is unreasonable and should never be said, more relentless than a long poem of empty words, when I wonder if some of my ex-girlfriends are dead.